It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielsen, Matt Cassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Battle of Alberta. Oilers and Flames tonight. Lots to get to in this episode of Two Guys and a Goalie, including a little Two Guys Super Trivia Battle of Alberta edition. So that should be fun as well. Nielsen, Gage, Cass, and Hernan Salas back with you once again. As always, Two Guys and a Goalie has been brought to you by our friends at CoolBet. If you sign up for an account today, maybe you want to toss a little sprinkle on the old Battle of Alberta there. Sign up for an account today. Use the bonus code 2GUYS, the number 2, and the word guys, and you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. If you think the game will go to overtime tonight, plus 370. If it gets to overtime tonight, that's not a bad number considering you never know what's going to happen in a Battle of Alberta. Boys, let's start with a little weekend update. Cass, what'd you get up to, buddy? Anything exciting this weekend?
It was a good weekend, fellas. What? It was a good weekend. Had my parents came over to babysit yesterday afternoon and evening. So we did a little dinner, went and had some tapas and a date night, and then we went to watch the Batman.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was jokingly going to say, and then you went to the Batman, but you did go to the Batman. Perfect.
You know what? It's been, it's funny. It's been years. Like I'll watch her romantic comedy movie, whatever things that she likes, like the light ones. But she does like superhero movies. I got her into it somehow. And so she's a fan of them. She loved the Christian Bale ones. So we wanted to go check it out, and yeah, I was like a little kid at Christmas. I was just so happy. She's like, I haven't seen you this happy in a long time. And I'm like, I get to hang out with my favorite person. I get to go eat good food, and I get to go watch Batman movie. It was awesome. So that's
a great day. That's a great day. Spoiler free alert or spoiler free update. I hear it's long, but I hear it's awesome.
It was good. It was very good, and that's a very fair. It was very good, very long, very different than the other Batman movies, which I liked. They take more the world's greatest detective approach, which if you read the comics is a pretty common theme. But yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I didn't try to read too much into like the political messaging that they kind of try to run a little bit through it, and it was more just from a story like. Tension and even the way they shot it, like the filmography standpoint was a little bit different, a little bit, I like.
Oh no.
Oh, we lost some mid-Batman update. Spoiler alert. He was going to give us a spoiler. So that's what we did. Castle reconnect. Gager, you didn't watch Batman this weekend, did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
Did you go see it too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm the only one.
Picked my boy up from work, and it was a surprise thing for him too, because
nice.
He works at McDonald's. He goes, Dad, I got you McDouble, and then he goes, but I'm eating it, and I said, oh well, I guess I'm going to go see Batman by myself, and then got a McDouble thrown at me right after. So Cass, you want to finish what you were saying?
I'll bring him back in. Hang on, I just got to bring him back in here. Give me 1 sec.
Because he was basically laying it all out what it was like, but I'll wait for him to.
Okay, just a sec.
I don't want to steal something that he's about to say.
How was the McDouble?
Oh, that was it's a solid sandwich. That's the only one you get now. I'm trying to get my kid on the food, like making. He doesn't want to go back there and start making the burgers because then I would get really creative with some stuff. Or the McChicken double. That's really good because it's basically just oversized McNuggets in the burger. So,
he's wrote it out pretty good, actually, hasn't he? Like at McDonald's. I was just thinking, like, usually your first job, it's like I don't know how it's gonna go, but. Seems like it's gone all right.
He likes the cash going into his account now. So there's days where he doesn't, he's not too motivated to go, but he's started drinking coffee. So
oh boy.
The other day he was on what was called Brower. So basically he's chucking all the boxes into the McDonald's with the big semi out front. And so him and his work colleague said, hey, let's see how fast we can do it. Let's go drink a couple shots of espresso and see how fast and so they got all hopped up on caffeine and unloaded the truck in like 5 minutes. So
Cass, sorry buddy, we lost you like mid recap there. Gager's seen it as well, but he's like, let's bring Cass back in because he's been summing it up nicely.
I mean, I said politics, and the internet kicked me off, so it's not surprising. No, it was good. It had that grid feel to it. I liked how it was shot. It kind of went like not quite like a horror movie, but it had a thriller aspect. Like it wasn't an action movie, although there was action in it. It was like kind of more of a thriller movie. So I don't know. I really liked it. It was different. The bad guys, Gager, I thought were fantastic. Like the villains in this one were spot on.
There's a Riddler, right?
Riddler was the main one, but there was other villains involved as well. The one character, Gager, and nobody go look this up, but after you watch the movie, you just have to Google who played the Penguin.
Yeah, you'll never guess.
You'll never guess who played the Penguin unless you've seen it or you know before. Like unbelievable, like the transformation to get to that character, and then he played it well too. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you serious? That's who that was? But I don't know. I really liked it. I love superhero stuff, so it was good.
Yeah, it kind of ruined it because they had a shot of all the actors before the movie, and they had which character they played underneath, and I was like, what? And I couldn't believe it. So yeah, and as for the movie itself, really cool to go in a different kind of way, because I'm a massive fan of the Christian Bale ones, right? Like I thought those were just fantastic. But if you go back and become super nerdish, this is more of the Frank Miller story kind of Batman comic from back in the day, where it's dark and he's referred to as the detective. And I like the fact that it was a mystery, the movie, it was more of a mystery on what's happening, what's going on. And so you get that real detective feel, because Batman's supposed to be the greatest detective that ever lived, right? So
yeah,
really
it's
cool
like
to watch.
Almost a Dirty Harry feel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
really
really
wow.
neat.
This is completely different. Like this would be completely different than what we've seen.
And I will say, coolest Batmobile yet.
Yeah, really badass
Batmobile yet. Yeah, super cool.
The one thing I also liked, if you go back and remember Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, it kind of like that Bond movie. How there was gadgets, but they weren't ridiculous, right? So this Batman has some cool stuff, but it's not like over the top gadgets and utility belt kind of thing. It's reasonable. Yeah.
It's like, he probably have that with him, and it's like he's got his packs on his body, like where you can see he's going to have his stuff. It wasn't like unnecessary. It's like, it was all believable.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's
long though. It's long.
It is long.
Yeah. I'll be ready to put in a shift. Odds are I'll fall asleep for part of it, because I just always sleep at the movies. But
just make sure you go pee beforehand.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Don't go to Windermere, because I crushed 3 beers in there and I was holding it.
Hernan, please tell me you didn't see Batman this week, right?
No, I didn't.
All right. What were you gonna say, Cass?
Oh, I was gonna say we went to there's a newer theater in the Tamarack area, because it's close to Sherwood Park, and it's got like every seat in that one is a full recliner.
Yes,
man. That is the way to watch a movie.
We went and saw Sing 2 there with my parents over the holidays, and I got there and it was unbelievable. Man, was that comfy. That was really good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. All right, so we move from that to the drama of the Battle of Alberta. Tonight, I'll start with it. What we got to talk about, and that's just straight up this game. I know we'll get to Mike Smith in a second, Hernan. We'll get to Smith in a second. But let's just talk about this game tonight, because I have a hard time getting a feel for what we're going to get from the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Like, I think I know what we're going to get from the Calgary Flames. I see they're juggling their lines a little bit, not the top line, but moving around some other pieces. Coming off a nice win, bounce back win against Colorado after a loss to the Montreal Canadiens. Part of me is thinking the Oilers might be in over their head tonight against the Calgary Flames. But then the Oilers have surprised us to some of these spots in the past. Like they went on that road to Tampa, Florida, played pretty well. Carolina played pretty well. And then since then, they haven't. So maybe they do tonight. What's the sense? What do you think's going to happen tonight? What type of game are we going to see?
I think we're going to see an intense hockey game. I hate to say it, but the Oilers seem to play to the level of their competition a lot of the time, and it doesn't take a rocket science to look at the standings and see how the Calgary Flames are playing, and that realization that if you don't bring your best game, you're going to get smacked around out there. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it means a lot. Like this is a huge 2 points within the division for the Oilers. It's going to be a very difficult game. I'm excited to see the goaltending matchup too. Like this is a big, huge test for Mikko going up against one of the best in the league, and he's got to play better than Markstrom for the Oilers to even think of having a chance of winning this game.
Gager, remember Saturday we were talking with Tommy and just watching that Calgary-Colorado game. Like they have another level.
Yeah. I think I said that to you. I said, oh, geez, man. After watching the Oilers, they're not on the same playing field as those two teams.
The Oilers either. They've shown it at times, sure. But like Dusty said, I think like the Oilers goaltending, you got to take it game by game because you just never know what team's going to show up. And the one positive, I guess, heading into tonight, like Gager alluded to, is they do play well against good teams. They step up their game. So I think that's all we're banking on tonight. And Mikko Koskinen, right? Like hopefully he can stand on his head and keep the team in it.
I just got to commend you on the both of you guys, Cass and Hernan, on the post-game show. I was driving home from my daughter's dance competition and just laughing and loving every minute of it. It was fantastic what you guys were doing. Hernan, you were going nuts. It was great. It was awesome.
A real love fest here on the podcast today, hey Gager? Real love fest.
Yeah. Good weekend, Dusty. Good weekend.
Cass, what happens tonight, buddy? What do you get from the Oilers tonight? I mean, their Flames are healthy. Oilers aren't healthy. I mean, they've got that going against them. But what do you think they bring to the table? Yeah, you might be thinking how I'm thinking.
If they want to win this game, they need to make it a 5-on-5 game in its entirety. Because if their special teams were playing better right now, I'd be like, okay, they got a shot at this. But Calgary's special teams have been pretty good, really good in some instances, and Edmonton's have just been no bueno. I'm hoping that the intensity that Calgary brings just automatically raises up Edmonton's intensity, and we've seen that happen before. So I'm thinking that that's what's going to happen. We're going to get a good push from Edmonton. However, with the way that Calgary plays and Edmonton could. This is another one of those games where Edmonton could potentially play a really good game, and you could still lose, and it could come down to special teams, even if
Carolina style, yeah.
Carolina style, where you play a solid game and one or two bounces or one or two saves one way or the other way is going to make the difference. And that makes me nervous. It makes me nervous because they really need a win. And what's difficult is if they would have got it against like a Montreal, we'd all be like, if they beat Montreal, the pressure is off, or there's a lot less pressure for a game like today. But they didn't. And now here we are, and I'm nervous.
Well, they were coming off that stretched against those three big teams where they played well, came away with that one win, maybe probably deserved better. Then they go on, they shut out Philly. You're like, okay, like they're going to get going here. And then it's like, boom, lost to Chicago, boom, lost to Montreal. Two games that if you're going to be a team that's going to be fighting for, playoff spot, let alone second in the division, those are games that you got to get. And now you sit here with this game and Washington and Tampa looming, and you're like, oh boy, now they're going to see that pressure again. Not that Washington's been great as of late. So, yeah, it's an interesting one tonight. Cass, you see any nastiness in this game tonight?
There's always the potential. I mean, the two teams don't like each other, and they play physical, and Calgary plays really physical. But I think Edmonton's going to be a little bit wary of some of the nastiness because their penalty kill has been so suspect, because they can't afford to turn it into a special teams game. And even taking or like drawing penalties, it's like if you start drawing too many penalties, the refs are going to start to even it up a little bit. Now, we've talked before how that shouldn't be the case, but that's the case. That's how referees ref the game. Is they'll, one team typically gets a couple more or one or two more than the other in terms of power play opportunities, but usually they try to make sure it kind of is equal-ish. A la Tim Peel, getting caught in the hot mic. Like that stuff happens. And for Edmonton, again, like, your special teams have struggled so much, and Calgary's have been so good that you're going to be a little bit scared to have that happen. So, yeah, it's a tough one tonight, boys.
There's some individual things I'm kind of looking forward to with this game too. I want to see, because I expect a more physical, maybe some extracurricular stuff after the whistle. How Evander Kane plays and gets in people's faces. I want to see Nemo. Maybe he can catch Kachuk in the train tracks a few times coming across the middle. There's some other things that the Oilers didn't have in the lineup the last time they played Calgary till now. So I think there could be a few fireworks tonight, actually.
Yeah, and it might be 12-6 for the first time too, because Bouchard is listed as a game time decision right now. So might be a different look from the Oilers.
Might see 12-6. I haven't seen that under Woodcroft just yet. All right, let's continue with. We got to talk about Hernan Salas, buddy. What do we got to talk about?
Mike Smith, another shaky game. Listen, the team in front of him wasn't very good, but you do need better goaltending. And Skinner's got the call up. Is it a one-off? Who knows? Woodcroft was asked yesterday. He wouldn't go there, kind of sidestep the question. But what do you do with Mike Smith, boys? I guess is the question. Do you run 3 goalies? Is it time to give Skinner a look? Because this guy, I mean, you can't just keep giving him starts because he's Mike Smith and he's a vet. Like, you have to start winning games. You're running out of the runway here. And he's not winning, and he's not playing well. So I guess the question is, guys, what do you do with Mike Smith going forward here?
Mr. Goalie, the floor is yours.
Oh, God.
That sounds about right. Next guy.
Well, the fact that we all knew he wasn't going to be able to find his game. It was going to take time for him to get to a point where hopefully he got to last year, right? And at this point of the season, like I think I said, it's like jumping on a moving train. Like there's so many things that he has to work out in his game to get it to a level where he's comfortable and the team in front of him is comfortable playing. He would have to play the majority of the games moving forward, and hopefully they make the playoffs and then get on a run. But the Oilers aren't in a position to do that. Like they can't afford to have subpar goaltending moving forward. And I mean I granted I didn't watch the game. I heard it on the radio, and I came home and I actually just watched the goals that were scored, and they weren't good. Like the sitting back on the goal line, even the first one, Niemelainen just gets he gives the puck away. Mike Smith, the picture from behind, so you see the play developing, and there was still no movement to go and challenge the shooter at that point, and just staying way back. And then Nemo tries to kind of block it halfway, and you see the glare from Mike Smith again at that point. But you got to give yourself a chance to stop the puck at first. But no, man, it's winning you're in from this point forward. The thing that I don't like is the 3 goalie system sucks. And it'll suck for Skinner because he's the rookie and he's the low guy on the totem pole. And Mike Smith and Mikko are going to just take the nets, right? So 3 goalies does not work. It doesn't work at all. I mean, I think you talked. Do you send Mike Smith down for 2 weeks on a conditioning stint to go and just play his legs off, and hopefully he can get something going that way? That's the only thing. But 3 goalies up top does not work.
Mike Smith's not going to agree to that. Gager.
Yeah,
no way.
I know. I know.
And technically, it was 7 goals against, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
that is true.
Let's be honest here.
Cass, what do you do with him?
Right now, I'd have him in the press box.
Yeah,
he's not going to agree to go down at this point. I mean, it's got to be a win and you're in. I don't know about the 3 goalie rotation. Like I'm not a goalie, so I can't explain how that works and how that mentally works. But Stuart Skinner overall has been your best goalie this year when he has played, and Koskinen is number 2 and Smith is number 3. Win and you're in. If you don't play well, I mean, obviously you'd like to give a night or 2 of brace because people have off nights. I get that, but it hasn't been a night or 2. He's had some struggles and injuries, being off for a good portion of the year and not being able to get into a rhythm because of that. I understand how that affects you, but we're past the point of that being either an excuse or being something you can try to work through. Like you need to win now. You need to make the playoffs. You need to win now. Win and you're in. Put the best players that give you the best chance of winning on the ice each and every night. And as of right now, unless something changes, I don't know that that's Mike Smith. I don't. And that's too bad.
I would say that I don't think it is Mike Smith. I know you said you don't know if it is. I don't think it is. I mean, we'll have to see how they handle this from here. But Skinner's got the better numbers all year. Since Mike Smith came back, Koskinen's been better in his starts, and Skinner was better in his one start. I mean, I don't see a reason to start Mike Smith if these other two guys are healthy and can provide better goaltending than Mike Smith started. It just.
Do you remember? What was it? 3, maybe 4 years ago, Calgary limped into the playoffs with the Flipper and Mike Smith, I think, and they were both really, really struggling. And Mike Smith was essentially Calgary's best player that first round. I think they were.
It was against Colorado, and they went 5, and he stole one. Yeah. And was great in all of them. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah,
he played unbelievable, right? So I've always had that in the back of my head where he's had that ability to turn it on when it mattered most, but it kind of does matter a lot. And just the fact that he hasn't played this whole time, I'm not very optimistic of him finding his game and getting it to that level where he was in previous playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll find out how they handle it, but it's a good question, Hernan. There's no doubt about that. I can't wait to get to this trivia. The Battle of Alberta trivia is going to be great. So let's keep going with, we got to talk about it. And Cass, I know you got something you want to talk about, but also the latest on Gager's roast. What was that you sent us today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sent you guys it today. So we'll probably put the link up on Twitter.
I got an email on it, too, today about like a pre-sale.
Yeah, we sent out the email. So the tickets are on pre-sale. So you can buy like a full table, a half table, or individual tickets. And so it's the early bird sale to start to get the building filled up. Should be a lot of fun. So everything's starting to come together. So working on, one or two potential auction packages, which could be pretty cool. So can't announce those yet because there's nothing, haven't got them, 100% cemented. So, but working through some cool stuff. It's coming together. We got another committee meeting tomorrow to check in on a couple different things. But yeah, if you would like, I suggest starting to buy some pre-sale tickets. I'm anticipating that we sell out at some point here. So, the sooner you can get them, the better.
Gager, is this a weird spot to be in? Like where Cass is planning a roast of you and there's going to be like 450 people in attendance or whatever. Like, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, to tell you the truth, Dusty, I never thought this thing would get off the ground. Who wants to come to a roast of me, right? Like, it's just it's crazy. And to hear that it's like we had a meeting like a week ago, and hearing the people that were kind of excited, and it's look, I know it's not about me. It's a awesome cause to get everyone out to donate. So that's something. But my name's kind of attached to it. So I really want it to do well and be able to give to Kidsport because it's such a awesome thing to do. And if I can do anything to be part of that, it's pretty cool. So you can say what you want about me, but I'm just hoping for a fun night. A lot of smiles and just it's nice to see that. I mean, even being at dance on the weekend, seeing a ton of people in a room together and people kind of just getting that feeling of community back together. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night for sure. Watch details. We'll have it on our individual socials. We'll throw it up on Two Guys as well as, glasses. Hey, what a nerd. As we continue to try to fill that thing and sell that thing out. That should be fun. Cass, though, what did you actually want to talk about?
I wanted. Did you guys see the new NHL playoffs logo? You guys have a chance to see it?
Saw it this morning, yeah.
What'd you guys think? I'm going to give my opinion in a second.
I think pretty plain Jane, but I like the Stanley Cup. You can actually see a little bit of the writing on the Stanley Cup or like how the Stanley Cup is supposed to look as opposed to looks like it's usually just a plain trophy that you can pick up at like wherever, Wayne's, Pro-Am, whatever. It's pretty simple. I'm like 6 out of 10. Like I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's nice.
It's classic. You know, nothing. They used the normal font. Like, yeah, it's nice to see the cup though. I think that's cool because it is the best trophy of all the sports, like by far. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of
go ahead.
Kind of with Dusty, like 5, 6 out of 10. Like it's not the worst thing ever. It's not the best. It's good, but I think nothing more than that. So I'm with Dusty, 5, 6 out of 10.
See, I'm a little bit higher. I'm an 8 out of 10, and I'll tell you why.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you why I liked it. Number one, I like that it's like it looks like a more real cup. I mean, you have the ability to do that. It doesn't have to be like a stylized cartoon-ish Stanley Cup. Number one. Number two, I think it looks very, very clean. Like it's a very clean look, like separating the Stanley Cup playoffs text from outside, like not having it printed over anything, not having any kind of crazy fonts on it. You know, you could just have the cup in the 2022 and you don't need any of the words and the NHL logo. And I think it looks good. So, I mean, I'm not like, my wife's the one that's a creative one in the family. She's the one that's really like, she gets style and she gets decorative and all that. And I'm not. Like, I mean, I like art, but she's very creative and very good with that stuff. And I'm typically not. But I just like the cleanness of this. If I look back at like the other Stanley Cup logos, it always felt like everything was kind of jumbled. Like they were trying to squeeze in too much into one little bit of a logo. And I just like that this kind of it's clean. To me, it's a clean logo. It separates it out, and it just is. It's not cartoony, and it's modern. So I don't know. I really liked it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for me. I know that's more than you guys, but
if you look at it, like
opinion.
the words along the bottom, it almost looks like the shape of a Stanley Cup too. Like it's wide at the base, and then it kind of comes up as well. So you know, I don't know if they meant to do that, but it kind of stands out as well. I mean, the bottom line is, if the Oilers aren't in it, nobody's going to care about that damn logo anyway. So we'll see how that one goes. Gager, what do we got to talk about, buddy?
Well, just looking through things and seeing Ovechkin 2 back of Jaromir Jagr already with for goals, and reading what Jaromir had to say about Ovechkin, saying that basically he's going to crush Gretzky's record. He said he even said that he thinks it will probably happen before this contract runs out. So pretty amazing types of compliments that Jagr was giving Ovi in this. And man, the guy is he's just so amazing. And there was some cool little things that they were talking about in this article about how he had to change his game because he saw his goal production fall off for a few years, and he got quicker. I mean, the guy's still 6'3", 250, and just overpowering goalies still. Pretty awesome to see. I can't wait. That'll be a pretty cool moment for him to move ahead of Jagr. And then obviously next one's Gordie Howe, so that's cool. And when I read further along the article, I mean, I know Jaromir had a few years there where I don't think he was well liked within the NHL and going back to Russia, but man, I wish he would have stayed because there would have been even more records broken. But he's with his home team in the Czech Republic. I think it's only like a 5,000 seat arena that they play in. But for the next home game or the next few, they're moving to an 18,000 seat arena to play their games, with all the proceeds going to help the humanitarian effort in Ukraine. So
a nice move by Jagr there, yeah.
Yeah, not only just an unbelievable hockey player, but a much better person. And I had to turn the TV off today to see the horror that's going on over there. But to see a guy to do something like that, it was just pretty special.
Just quickly, statistically here, I'm looking at Ovechkin, 2 goals back of Jaromir Jagr. Okay, so Ovi's got 764, Jagr's got 766. And I know Jagr, at the tail end of his career, played quite a few seasons where he certainly wasn't up in his prime. But maybe Ovechkin's prime has kind of just continued on here with the way he scores goals. But think about this. Ovi's 2 goals back of Jaromir Jagr, one of the greatest ever to do it, and he has played just under 500 games less just under 500 games less. Yager did it in 1733. Like we said, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons at the end when he came back, where still pretty good, but not moving the needle much. But Ovi's done it in 1,252 games. Yager 1733, which is just that's
It's
just
insane.
ridiculous.
And you think about the games that Ovi did miss, and they're
Yeah.
like smack in the middle of his prime.
Yeah, he'd already be
Like,
there,
if he-
man. He'd be right next to him.
He would be right there, which
Yeah.
is just nuts. Just nuts.
That season is going to be great because you guys probably remember the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa when they were
Oh, it's
chasing
the
that
best.
home. Like it was like awesome. It was on every TV and watching those guys, and then they played against each other. That's I'm hoping that season's maybe 2 seasons away where maybe we'll get there by the end of the year. That whole watch we'll be watching a lot of Caps games. They better get a really good team by then.
Did McGuire hit
When?
61 against Sosa?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't Sosa on the
'Cause they
base
came-
path? Like when he, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was. I'm pretty sure. But that was great. That got me, I was a Jays fan already, but that kind of sucked me into baseball hard there for my 20s when that happened. That was amazing. Hernan, did you want to chime in there?
The NHL should do something and I don't know, make the pucks lighter or something for Ovi when he plays. Just to
You want him to
pucks.
rig it?
yeah.
I don't think you want to do that at this point. Jeez Louise. All
the pucks are
let's
juiced.
do 2 guys super trivia. We got 5 categories. It's a Battle of Alberta edition. Not all of the categories are just straight up head-to-head Battle of Alberta, but they're all Calgary or Edmonton related. Okay, guys? The 5 categories are as follows. Goalies games played, which will be games played clues of goalies who played for both teams. So the Steve Smith goal. Sorry, Steve Smith. Trades between the 2 teams. Hasn't been many of them. And then the 04 run for Calgary and the 06 run for the Edmonton Oilers. Who won last time on trivia?
Hernan.
All right, Hernan. The board is yours, buddy.
06.
06. Here we go. How many times did the Oilers fall behind 2-0 in a series during the 06 run? Hernan.
It was twice.
Correct. That's one for Hernan.
Who were they? San Jose
And the final.
and the final.
And the
Yeah,
final.
Carolina.
Yeah, in the final, yeah. All right, Hernan, where do you want to go, buddy?
Let's go 04.
04, here we go. Which Flames player appeared to score a goal in Game 6 of the Cup final that never counted?
Blip.
Hernan.
Jelena.
Marty Jelena. Correct.
I was going to say that.
Hernan with a 2-0 lead and control of the board. Where are you going, buddy?
Trades.
Trades. Here we go. Okay. Which young goalie did the Oilers get from the Flames in the Laddie Schmid trade? Five,
Oh, I should know this.
4, 3,
I was
2,
going to say it.
1.
Blah.
Hernan?
This might be. Is it Tyler
Buns?
Buns or something like that?
No,
Yeah.
not Tyler Buns. It was
No,
Laurent
Buns was
Brossois.
drafted.
Came from the Calgary
Laurent,
Flames.
really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, Hernan, still your board, buddy.
let's go back to 06.
Who led the Oilers in playoff points during the 06 run? Cass.
Fernando.
That was goals.
What?
Goals.
I thought he had points, dude.
Say it again. Mike's a little weak there.
Alashemsky.
Not Alashemsky.
I know
Sounds
who
like
it
Hernet's
is
yelling,
now.
but we can barely hear him.
I don't. Who was it?
Gager, it's a free guess, buddy.
I know. I'm going to go Horkoff.
Not Sean Horkoff.
Wasn't it
Chris
the old Chris
Pronger.
Pronger?
Chris
Was
Pronger,
it?
21 points.
Oh,
21
See,
points.
I knew he was close, but I thought Fernie still had more. But
He had, I got the numbers right here. Let's see. What do we got? Pisani, 14 goals, 4 assists, 18 points. Hork had 19 points, and Pronger had 21 points. Hemsky, 17. Ryan Smith, 16. Samsonov, 15. Euro Spotcheck had 14 points during that playoff run. Not bad. Not bad production level from him. All right, Hernan, the board's yours, buddy.
Let's go back to 04.
04. Which Canadian team did the Flames eliminate during their 2004 run? Pass.
Vancouver.
Got it. Correct. First round, 7 games.
First round. Remember that one? Yeah. Let's go to was there one on goalers?
There's 2 goalies games played.
Let's go goalers.
Okay, here we go. Which goalie, now retired, played over 400 games for the Oilers and less than 30 for the Flames? Gager.
Grand Fuhr?
Correct. Gage is on the board, and all of a sudden, we've got a tight race. Hernan 2, Pass 1, Gager 1. Gager, your board.
Let's go to goalies again.
Okay. Which goalie, now retired, played almost 200 games for the Oilers and less than 10 for the Flames?
Less than 10.
Well, you're going to hate yourself on this one, Gager.
Flip,
Hernan.
flip, flip.
Oh,
Say it again. Are you saying Cujo? I think he's saying Cujo. Shake your head if you're saying Cujo. Your mic, we can barely hear you. Yes, Cujo. All right.
yeah.
I thought you get that one, Gager.
Yeah, it was there. As soon as he said, blue, I was like, oh, shoot.
All right, Hernan, where do you want to go?
Go trades.
Trades. Okay, last trade category here. Which stay-at-home D-man was the first player the Oilers ever traded to the Flames?
Stay-at-home D-man.
Do it, Cass. Cass.
Oh, was it him though? Was it Steve Stais?
Yes, it was. That's
Oh,
a point
no
for Cass.
way.
Nice work. Steve Stais for
I
Aaron
wasn't
Johnston,
100% sure.
who I think Aaron Johnston might have played for the Kootenay Ice at some point, and a 3rd-round pick.
I punched Aaron Johnson in the face once.
Did you? Was he playing for Kootenay?
Yeah. No, that was he was with Chicago. It was
Oh, okay.
I told him we were fighting, and he didn't want to fight, but I didn't give him much of a choice.
Side story. I like that. That's good. All right, we've only got the 2 questions left. So, Steve Smith goal questions. All right, here we go. Gager, you could still tie here. Cash, you could still straight up win. Hernan needs 1 to lock up the victory. Which Calgary Flame got credit for the Steve Smith own goal? Gager.
Oh,
It was Fleury, wasn't it?
No.
blip. Poplinski.
No, not Poplinski, but I always love that name, Poplinski. Cass, what do you got?
IQ boy. It wasn't Nieuwendyk, was it?
Nope.
Was it Nieuwendyk? No.
Nieuwendyk, I don't even think he wasn't even on that team.
He wasn't even on that
No.
team.
He
yet.
wasn't in the league yet.
No,
He
I was
came.
trying to
a
remember.
little
I
later
think
in the
I
season.
know.
Well, if Cass can't get it, then you can be a bonus guess there, Gager.
Yeah, I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gager, well, who is it?
I don't really know. Liney McDonald.
No, Perry. No, McDonald was on the ice. Perry Barrison dumped the puck in.
Barrison.
Smith went back and got it. Put it off Smith. All right, Cass, if you get this, this is an easy one. Whoever moves quick on this
Force
one's going
them
to get
to.
it. Cass, if you get it, I'm going to have to scramble, find a tiebreaker question. Here we go. The Calgary Flames would eventually lose to which team in the 86 Cup final?
Blip.
Yeah, Montreal, he got it. Even with the mic half-assed, he still got it. He came in just ahead of Cass on that one. That one was super tight. Oh, Hernan Salas, congratulations, buddy. You win Battle of Alberta trivia. They would go on and lose to a rookie, Patrick Waugh, who was absolutely outstanding in those playoffs. That was a fun time. All right, before we wrap, prediction for the game tonight, boys, and then we'll be back on Thursday with another episode. Around the horn, Gager, what happens tonight? What's the final score?
Oh, I'm thinking it's a 3-1 empty netter Calgary.
Okay. Hernan?
I'm going 5-1 Flames.
5-1 Flames. Okay, Cass?
7-1 Oilers.
The guy who sat here and went, I don't know what's going to happen. It should be good. All right, that's going to do it for another episode of Two Guys and a Goalie. As always, it is brought to you by our friends at CoolBet. Sign up for an account today, coolbet.com. 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll have a couple of games to break down next time we talk to you on Thursday. And obviously, the Oilers season's been like this. So Thursday could be great. Thursday, everything might be an absolute tire fire, and we'll have to discuss that then. But for Gager, Cass, Hernan Salas, I'm Nielsen. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed to the podcast, do that. Just search Two Guys and a Goalie on all your podcasting platforms. And if you are listening on the podcast, we appreciate the support. We'll talk to you Thursday.